Doesn't make any sense at all. Make it make sense. YouTube, Rumble, Max Dolluz, vlog number 29. This is not a video about trashing the trucking industry. Right out of the gate, the things that don't make sense are trucking schools, without a doubt.
Fuck you!
They don't even teach you how to drive. They teach you the bare minimum to get your license. That's it. You know? And check this out. When I graduated my trucking school, I had a restriction on manual transmissions because they just didn't have the time. Luckily, the trucking industry is mostly automatic, so I wasn't too worried about it. But I went back and I checked things out, and my school was going to let me train to have that restriction lifted for $500. Mind you, I already paid them $2,500, so.
Where's my money? Where's my money, bitch? Bitch, where's my money?
Felt like they could throw it in or whatever. So I looked around at other schools, and other schools basically wanted me to go back through the whole process of getting like my permit first and paying the same amount, well, basically paying more than I did to get my original license. So I'm like, dude, trucking school is the biggest scam. If you're a CDL holder and you got your own truck, look into starting your trucking school, because that's where the money's at. After you get your license, you have to wait 40 days before you can even be hired by a company. Why would they want you to wait 40 days when you have all the driving and the maneuvers and your license is all fresh and you're just out of school and you're ready to go? Why would they want you to wait 40 days before you even like start?
This is how you conduct yourself?
Doesn't make any sense at all. Make it make sense. So after I looked for a job for a while, there's basically a handful of companies that are willing to take on brand new drivers. Everybody else, you got to have experience. And it's kind of a setup. It's kind of like, they want everybody to, quote unquote, pay their dues by driving over the road. And what over the road means you're going out on the road for extended periods of time, 3 weeks plus, out and about, away from home. And if you're a single guy, whatever, I'm not. So I wasn't really looking forward to that, but I was willing to do it. I was willing to sacrifice a certain amount of time in order to get the experience so I could go out and get a real job. Anyway, I decided to go with a company called Knight Transportation. Knight owns Swift, they own US Express, and other than like Schneider, CRST, and all these other mega carriers, they're willing to take on new drivers. So I was like, whatever, I'll just go with this one, man. And going in, I knew that I was the over-the-road situation, so I wasn't planning on like getting a local route or even a regional route. I was planning on it like just being gone all the time, because that totally makes sense to have somebody who's brand new driving, your $1 million truck or however the hell, whatever they cost, out in the middle of nowhere. Why have them close to like, the company when you could just have them out in the middle of the nowhere, as a brand new driver not knowing a goddamn thing. That totally makes sense.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
But anyway, Knight Transportation, they, send them my resume. They do a bunch of, employment history research, and they have me go in and do a physical. They pay for me to get a physical. They pay for a drug test, hair follicle test. I'm going back and forth with a recruiter. She's letting me like get paperwork, just back and forth. And so finally I get into an orientation down in Fontana, and first day of orientation is just like a bunch of videos on safety and blah, blah, blah. I was basically falling asleep, but they did buy us pizza, so that was cool. And I don't want to like knock Knight Transportation. I'm sure that this is all just procedure and policy and whatever. But, get through day one, whatever. That was boring as hell. And go to day two, orientation, more of the same, how much you're going to get paid. By the way, as a new driver, you're basically, everything is cents per mile or CPM. And basically all the miles that you're putting in, you know, that's how you get paid. And as a new driver, it's like 40 to 60 cents or something per mile, which isn't much, but whatever. I was willing to do all this and sacrifice so I could get a real job in like 6 months to a year or whatever. So I was still willing to do it. All of these things I was willing to do, you know. And then something I wasn't aware of. See, I was trying to get into the trucking industry. I either wanted to work from home, I wanted to work for myself, or I wanted to work by myself. And one of the things that popped up is, so for the first 4 to 6 weeks, not only do you got to be out away from home, but you got to go with a trainer. So you're sharing a truck and a bunk situation with a total stranger.
Jesus Christ.
For weeks on end, out in the middle of nowhere, like, you know. So and so I was not, I mean, that's basically jail, you know. You're away from family, right next to a stranger, you know, whatever, dude. Even then, I was willing to still do it. You know, the absolute worst case scenario, I was still willing to do it, sacrifice just to get one of these stupid jobs.
You wake up in the morning, you say, I put on my big boy pants. Look, I'm wearing a belt. I got big boy pants on.
And, you know, I get through the second day orientation. They're like, cool, yeah, just wait for your recruiter to call you, you know what I mean? So the next day, I get an email from my recruiter saying they can't move forward because of one of my felonies. One of my felonies is sort of like a moving violation. I got into a little road rage situation, broke some dude's window out of his car. And they said it's a no-go. And I thought to myself, why would that be the last thing you do? Check my background before you pay for my drug test, before you pay, you know, have me come in, orientation, give me all this stuff, waste my time, waste your time. Why wouldn't you just like screen people first? They had weeks to do that. You know what I mean? I'm sending them all of my information. They have everything, you know. So it was just such the icing on the cake for me, you know. I was like, you know what, man, I'm done. I'm not even gonna look anymore. I'm just gonna take the L and move on. Whatever about the money, whatever about everything, and I'm just gonna move on because I think I put in too much effort, and it was not worth it, man. And you know. Again, nothing against night transportation. I'm sure it's all just policy, and they're not the ones that you know, they're not the ones that got me my felonies and why I have a criminal background. But still, man, you know, I picked trucking because I thought it was felony friendly and whatever.
Son of a bitch.
But out of all the companies that take basically anybody, I feel like all the other ones are just going to say the same thing, man. So I'm done. I turned 45 this year. I'm a convicted felon, multiple felonies. I have a strike. And so I think that I'm at the point in my life where I really got to like start my own business. And I don't want to, you know, I'm not like one of those people that, oh, I got to be my own boss and all this. Like I would rather not. I see how much work it is and I'm just not into it. But I might not have a choice. I might be forced into entrepreneurship, and it is what it is, man. Like, I can't, you know, over the last couple months, since I quit bartending, I've put out tons of resumes, and, you know, it's just not happening, you know, and I really don't care. Luckily, I've been playing poker for about 10 years and I'm decent at poker. I guess I should get a whole lot better at poker because that's the only thing that's giving me any income right now. And if poker keeps paying the bills, I might be doing that shit full time because this whole job hunt, you know, it's not it anymore.
You lose. Good day, sir.
It's really not. So trucking industry, truckers, companies, I hope it works out for you. But other than my criminal background, you're really missing out on a good employee and whatever, man. It's all good. Max Dolluz. Until the next one, out.